welcome to today's update video. As you can see, this is probably a tropical cyclone. And yeah, it is. We have now tropical Storm Felicia. It was declared last night. I mean, I started to that word develop around late last night. I started to see some improvement in the organization. As a result, I didn't think the system was that far off from being classified. And it's started to really become better organized, how it choose, relaxed, and the system was upgraded into a depression this morning, and now the warning numbers from TFB and SAB have reached the magic 2.5 number, which is good enough, which supports the intensity of 35 knots, even though the ADT I believe is a bit lower. But here's the track. I mean, obviously it's not really forecasted to do too much. Forecasts continue going to the west-northwest. Then to the northwest. And it's supposed to remain. It's actually at a pretty high latitude for this time of year. Maybe this more like what we typically see in September, but because we have a trough here that's kind of lifting this storm northward. I mean, Felicia is once a ridge to the north supposed to build, so Felicia then is forecast to turn to the west. And weaken over as it encounters this now sharp sea surf temperature green due to upwind by both Enrique and Dolores. And as a result, we're likely to start to see weakening after today. Probably about 18 hours or so, probably around 3 more advisory packages before I think the storm's going to start to weaken into some cool waters. Even as recently as I said, the clouds have warmed, but I think it's more diurnal than a legitimate sign of weakening, but we'll see. And here's what it's starting to look last night. You can see kind of more from like some sort of pre-CDO pattern almost. Actually, you can probably talk into the fact somebody may already have a CDO. You can see kind of the banding feature started to become a little bit more defined too. You can see convection started to move closer to the center, and now here's what it looks like now. Now you can see some continued organization improvements. The side structure has become a little bit less organized in a few recent frames. We'll see maybe inheriting it probably just based on this. I mean, you've inherited. So it's not a very good environment. So like the stratocumulus outflow, and that can sometimes be bad for systems if they do not have good outflow channels. Like Entrees did, the stratocumulus flow, but like Entrees did have. But other storms like the Dolores didn't have as good outflow, and that can sometimes be in the stratocumulus flow. That can sometimes be bad. I mean, it's a little bit, research of this has been a little bit undocumented, but it's something I definitely have noticed over the years. The cloud tops have warmed, but there's only really a small area of minus 60 C cloud tops. As you can see, in the CDO isn't as well organized as it was earlier. And the CMS ADT is at T2.5 along with other estimates. Even though these numbers are like to fall soon, since now we're using a curved band pattern, a sheared size curved band pattern. The center is probably a little bit too far north. Probably systems moving a little bit further south than expected and should keep it over one more. Here's the ASCAT pass that helped them justify the upgrade of the system, and you can see the circulation is a little elongated. It probably was a little elongated, but you can sense just from that ASCAT pass that it was trying to become better defined. Kind of got the sense that something was going to happen. As a result, the initial advisories based on the gradual, steady improvement in organization. And you also, in addition to this, you have Typhoon Hilola now. You still can Narland probably eventually move over Japan. Winds of the system according to JWC around 85 knots. That may be a little bit too high. 80 knots is better, but you can see some nice structure to it. And this is probably a T4.5 in the deflect technique. This kind of system is a deflect technique just because of the sprawling, broad nature of it. Just the cool organization to it, despite some dry air. Kind of has that large, sprawling western structure, even in the system isn't that large. Kind of has that large spot with some spiky outflow, and that's kind of has that look of a system appearance-wise. Of a system that kind of has a partially formed eye, maybe because it's a partially formed eye has like a weakening cat 2 kind of look. Even though it still has a weakening, might just kind of had that look of like a high-end cat 1 or low-end cat 2. So 80 or 85 knots is probably a good intensity for this system. I mean, now here's looking see how much upwelling yours actually did. See, looking here, you can see it from Halo too. We can see it from the ores here. You can see it kind of caught the heat, kind of cooled the EPAC seesaw temperatures down considerably. Now they remain extremely warm. And now they remain, and they're much warmer than we were in '97, and especially in this part of the world. I mean, the seashore temperatures are also cooler down here. That's due to the fact that anything so had record El Nino warmth down here. 2015 hasn't reached that level yet. But in many places along the equator, 2015 is as warm as 1997. Oh, that can maybe be a little warmer. Now further up north, you see probably a little bit of a stronger PDO signal here. Like this southern Gulf of Alaska region is a bit warm. You can see this region off the coast of California is a bit warm. That may open the California door later on. But speaking of later on, Mars is starting to get aggressive on what's going to happen in about 5 days. But now Yankees is now giving new air disturbed weather expected to form around. I think it might actually be this, when these disturbances down here, Yankees giving that. Yankees giving whatever forms down here around the 0% chance of development within 2 days, but a 20% chance of development within 5 days. Yankees, the no gaps tomorrow starting to show stuff forming next Tuesday. The GFS has been very conservative with this, but even they try and show something forming like a little bit later on. The GFS has been having issues with Genesis lately, so I wouldn't hold the world's greatest trust in it. Just because of the problems it's been having with Genesis. It's been very inconsistent. It was very consistent with Hayola. This system's likely to be smaller, and I think it's partially why the GFS isn't picking up on it. But I mean, it's having issues with Hayola too, Iron. Had issues with Felicia. We're having issues with consistency. It's now gone from pretty much overdoing Genesis to probably underdoing Genesis. So it's becoming very erratic. I mean, there's also some situations like the MGO phase, which overdoing Genesis. So speaking of MGO, the GFS does forecast MGO to retrograde. I will know, however, one of the big keys is how favorable the environment will be with the system. GFS right now is already proven, but GFS is still in a pretty good environment for around 96 hours. However, by 174 hours, you can see some of the greater ones just like the tear it apart and kind of promote weakening, sort of like what you saw with ERA as it nears Hawaii. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And now the no gaps and European models. Now those two. Now the European also develop. Not only do they develop a system east of what would be Guillermo, they also have Guillermo moving a little bit further south and a little bit so, and has also a little bit of a stronger hurricane. Seashore temperatures now they have as much shear being an issue just based on the surface setup, because if sea surface temperatures aren't an issue, there's really very little stopping this from becoming a powerful hurricane, because sea surface temperatures in this region are well above normal and would probably support a category 2, 3, or 4 hurricane out of this. Now the GFDL and HWF and GFS camp have a more northerly track. This is looking at from Felicia's domain. The GFDL kind of develops a weak tropical storm in 5 days. And so does the HWRF. And the HWRF has a little bit close to around 130, and the GFDL is close to around 120. So it's either way, it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next 5 days. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.